All right, welcome back to Gambino Gaming. I am your host, your favorite neighborhood Crabman, and today we have another special guest. You've seen him across the channel plenty of times. My big bro, Fredo Stanton, Baltimore Ravens' finest fan. Welcome back to the show, big dog.
I appreciate it, brother. What's up with y'all?
So, previously we've talked about a lot of things, majority sports narrated and things of that nature. And I posed a couple questions to you since we've been together for the last, 3 hours. We've talked combat sports, boxing, UFC, NBA and the NFL. Let's start with I've known you for our entire relationship. What is your expectations for the Baltimore Ravens going into 2024-2025?
Oh, what a tender topic. What a touchy subject, man. A lot of my Raven, brothers in arms, we've had mixed feelings, or at least I have, about the acquisition of Derrick Henry, just because of the simple fact that, if we don't run the ball, what good is he going to be? Because he's not primarily blocking. He's not running routes. So he's literally, when he's in the backfield, he's running the ball, right? But we had a chance to play for the most prized possession in football, from Pop Warner to high school to college. You all strive to hold and hoist the Lombardi. And we had a chance to play for that. All we had to do is get past, what went on to be the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. But I've seen a lot of holes, and if I can see them, I know the offensive coordinator can see them in the Kansas City's offense. And all we had to do was exploit those with the run. I don't care if we had to use Gus Edwards. I don't care if we had to use any of the other utility men that we had. I mean, all we had to do was run because we were playing at a pace that we hadn't really played all year, and I think what we were trying to do was look past them and show, use that round to flex our muscle on the best, because the Kansas City wasn't having a great year.
No.
They were on a magical run. Yes, they were. And who else to go on a magical run than Magic Mahomes himself? Like, I think we got, those bullies who, want to flex on people and they end up getting smacked up. I think that's what we did, and we got smacked up. So to answer your question, bro, I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I'm not going to be like, this is our year. Last year was our year.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back just to where we were last year. I don't have any expectations. That was a long-winded answer, but
no, it's
a touchy subject, and you brought it up.
That was the right answer because, as you stated, y'all were on such a run, ground and pounding the ball 25 times a night, and then you get to the playoffs and you run the ball 5 times, and you see the luring effect in how you didn't use your main asset in the biggest game of the year, which was very confusing because you guys were running the ball so effectively throughout the year, and then you get to the game that really would portray you to the next level, and you take a step back from running the ball. It was very confusing. Even as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I'm like, why are they not running the ball? Why are they pass-having right now when that's not what they've been the entire season? I don't know. It was confusing. So we can translate that to, what is your opinion on Patrick McQueen leaving the Baltimore Ravens, going to my Pittsburgh Steelers?
Ooh, double tap me. 2 hard questions back to back.
I gotta get spicy.
Oh yeah, you're getting tahini on me, and that's cool. I got an answer for that question. I mean, hey, long live Patrick Queen in Baltimore. They'll love him forever. He did a lot of things for us. It just so happens, in the top 10, he just wasn't. He wasn't Roquan Smith, man. I mean, let me ask you a question. Would you rather have Roquan or Patrick? Because you can't have them both, because both need to get paid. And those are positions where, if you have one that's a top tier caliber, like, you're good. Like, they had 2. That's what I'm saying, bro. Last year was our year, bro.
I can agree.
Had 2 mics, like, bro, like, and both of these dudes were play callers on defense too. Like, they were play callers, playmakers. God, what a hurtful year that was, bro. Hey, nobody in the house talked to me for the rest of the night.
I can believe it. So,
nasty.
Something that has been an apparent thing with the Baltimore Ravens is the fact that Lamar Jackson has never had a legit wide receiver 1. And it seems like every year we talk about they got to get Lamar a wide receiver 1, and every year they just kind of get a lot of wide receiver 2A guys that are really good, but not in that upper echelon, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, those guys level. What is the downfall of why they are not touching that year after year after year? Because it's not helping them project themselves, because they're already S tier in the NFL. But if they get him that Brandon Ayuk, Amon-Ra St. Brown, legit star-studded wide receiver 1, it will projectile them to favorites by minus 5,000.
You want to know why I think that? You want to know why I don't think they do that? Is because forever the identity of a team and their makeup has always been what? Running the ball. I mean, have they ever had a number 1 receiver? They've never had an all-pro receiver ever, and they've won championships.
Yeah.
They've been the best. I mean, and that's what I'm saying, is just with that identity and that makeup, and I think like once you're set in your ways per se, I think you're just comfortable, like life is good, like life is great. Life is good being a Baltimore Ravens fans. We've won 14 games, 11 games, 13 games. Like, it's not hard being a fan, but like when you are that good and and the running game was like literally there for us in all aspects. Like the quarterback, even the damn receivers could run, bro. I mean, it's just like I don't think they're ever going to go out and get a situation like Brandon Ayuk is right now with the friction going on in San Fran. I think he would find himself in the friction that he's having with San Fran. I think it could just, he can fall in a lot of good teams' laps, like, because obviously, no, stop that. The thing about it is, you guys were blessed. Like, we'll take a Deontay Johnson, we'll take a George Pickens. Who else y'all got? Like, I'll take a Puka Nacua.
He's a stud.
No disrespect to Puka, but I mean, like, bro was like a 4th round draft pick, bro.
Yeah.
Out of like some like Midwest team, like, or Pacific West team, like, I don't know, like, bro. I just think that the Ravens are just so set in their ways.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, you can't teach, like, bro. I don't think they're ever going to go out and look for it, because they're not willing to spread that money out like that, because it's easier to pay running backs, because wide receivers are what?
Expensive.
And divas. They're divas, which comes with expensive, habits. And, imagine the Baltimore Ravens paying Justin Jefferson money to somebody. They would never do it. They literally didn't want to pay Lamar Jackson, and he is a 2-time MVP, bro. You can't do it all by yourself, people. You can't do it. San Fran can't do it with them. They got an A-list
of players.
They got an A-list player on each side of the ball. Defense, offense, special teams, their coach and staff, and they still can't win, because it's hard to win in the NFL, especially when you have a person like Patrick Mahomes. There's a lot of people who didn't get championships because of Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, bro. A lot of good players.
And we have Patrick Mahomes. So let's dive into the Patrick Mahomes thing. So back-to-back, right? The second season, we didn't expect them to go back-to-back. We were thinking San Fran or Baltimore, maybe even Buffalo. Yeah. If you're a casual, you might say Miami, but we don't buy into the Miami Dolphins hype, because Tua he's not him. He's a very, very, very good quarterback. He's not going to get you over the hump. And the fact that they brought in Odell Beckham, like, that's going to change the dynamic of that team, makes me cackle in the center of my core. But Patrick Mahomes, if they three-peat, which would be the first time we've seen, what does that do for the Brady versus Mahomes conversation?
Does he get the jump, like, rings? Because right now we all have, like,
the ring mindset.
Yeah, we're enamored with the mindset that you have to have the most rings to be declared
NBA,
the best.
Baseball, basketball, everything. It's always about the rings.
It's always about the rings, bro. Even in golf.
Yeah.
Even in golf.
Who's got the most Masters?
Yeah, who has the most Masters? Like,
who's got the most champions in UFC?
Yeah, I think winning 3 in a row, you definitely get to skip a couple of rings, 2 rings at least.
Because if you think about it, in hindsight, the competition that Patrick Mahomes is facing now is better than the competition Brady was facing. Because yes, you had Breeze and Rodgers and Roethlisberger and the Mannings, but you're talking about Lamar Jackson. You still have Rodgers. Joey Burrow. The amount of talent that has transluted in 2024.
Tua's good, bro.
Allen. Like,
Matt Stafford is still playing.
Like, the amount of talent that has transgressed into this current generation, in hindsight, might be harder to compete with versus what Brady did. And if you think about it, this Chiefs team might be the best Chiefs team within the dynasty with the players that they got.
What, coming up now?
With the draft. Minus the entire kill. Because they kicked the ass in the draft. They filled all the holes they needed to on offensive defense throughout free agency. They did all the things that they needed to be better than they were last year, coming off a year where they won a ring. So going forward, how do you look on the schedule and think, fuck, we got the Chiefs? A Chiefs team that got better. That just won. How do you...
Nobody's excited when they see the Chiefs, unless you're playing primetime. Right?
How do you win a Super Bowl and then still get better?
You said they filled the holes on defense. Fill me in. Educate me. Who was the guy that wanted to get paid?
Chris Jones.
No, not him. We knew he was going to get paid. He bet on himself.
I think he only got a year contract.
Chris Jones is the man.
He's a dog.
He was on the cornerback.
Marlon Humphrey?
No, that's us.
Oh yeah, duh. Oh damn, what is his name?
He's got it's like a Jaquavius name, right?
Sneed.
Did he go?
Chiefs. Stick with us just for a second. Kansas City Chiefs roster. Where's the R? Roster. Xavier Worthy, Carson Wentz. They got Marquise Brown now. He's a fucking bullet out of a gun.
Do Sneed. Type in Sneed. KC Chiefs Sneed.
Sneed. S-N. Legarius Sneed.
Legarius.
I think he went to the Titans. Yeah, he's on the Titans now.
They obviously think they didn't need him, but he's a fucking lockdown dude, bro.
Yeah.
He's a lockdown dude. So, hey, but not to refute anything you said, because you made a valid point. How do you... It's going to be hard. Bro, they might go 3 for 3, dog.
Because who's their biggest competition right now? Obviously you could say the Bills, but the Bills lost Stephon Diggs. So now who's he throwing the ball to?
Well, they got to get past the Ravens. They gotta get past the Texans.
No one's really trusting Joe Burrow because the Bengals can't stay healthy.
Hold on a second. Yes, there's only 4 teams in the AFC that he's really got to worry about.
Ravens.
Bills.
Bengals.
No, not Bills.
No, not. Well, yeah, I guess not Bills now. Ravens, Texans. Bengals. I think I picked the Steelers before the Bengals. We got dramatically better, but that's nowhere here nor there.
Wait.
So who's 4 then?
They always have to worry about the Steelers. So there's 5.
I think the Steelers, and this is non-biased, because you know me, I don't play the biased card. This is unbiased. I think dramatically we got better. We filled all the holes. If we could legitimately get a guy who will be a dramatic wide receiver 2 right now, we will be better.
Why are the fans hollering for Mike's job, bro?
Because they're not reading between the lines. They're not seeing the production. They expect a team that was young and dumb to just make these runs when we didn't. We had Kenny Pickett.
Bro, that's it. Y'all had Kenny Pickett, bro. Kenny Pickett. That's who y'all thought y'all were going to be good with. Kenny fucking Pickett, bro.
I don't want to say I bought into the Kenny Pickett hype, but I give everybody a chance when they join the Steelers because everybody deserves a chance no matter what.
Bro.
But the writing was on the wall that draft class, when it comes to quarterbacks, none of those guys turned out to be anything.
Who was in that draft class?
So you had Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Bailey Zapp, Sam Howell.
Who was number 1, bro?
He was the first pick of the quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, get him the fuck out of here. It's like
at
the
20.
NBA draft of 2024.
And see, there's been a lot of negative transgressions about this draft.
What draft?
You talk about NBA draft, right?
Trash.
The reason that there's so much negativity behind it is because everyone's used to these drafts where you get your Victor Wembanyama's, your Zion Williamsons, your Cade Cunninghams, your LaMelo Balls, your John Morants. This wasn't a draft that's going to, up front, on face value, have a superstar. This is more of a draft that's going to have who's your favorite prototypical role player? Your on the bench glue guy that is going to produce very well.
What are you talking about?
This is a draft that's going to give you guys like Jason Terry, guys who are going to be Lou Williams, Tobias Harris, Bobby Portis. This is your staple glue guy draft.
But there have always been players who have or are going to have a decent career. Like, so you're telling me that it is acceptable for a bunch of role players to come out of a draft?
That's just what because Cooper Flag isn't ready to get drafted, and he's supposed to be the next big thing.
That's just a testament to the ignorance of the NBA and the underdeveloped. It's all about marketing and money now. So these kids don't want to and I'm all about the kids getting their money, but I'm just saying, like, these dudes wasn't ready, bro. Y'all want to give Bronny, and I know we're shifting lanes because you're the one who took the exit. So, bro, Bronny James averaged 5 points a game off a heart attack. Reed Shepherd averaged 12 points, and he fucking played 30 minutes a game.
Yeah. Yeah,
and he had a bunch of playmakers on his team.
This draft, I can agree, has no face value names. If you're a casual fan and you watched the draft, you were probably confused on who the fuck some of these guys were, unless you were tapped into TikTok and you knew about Jarrett McCain. I understand.
The NBA is getting worse.
I don't want to say it's getting worse because I think Adam Silver is the best commissioner across all sports.
No, absolutely not.
He's better than Roger Goodell. By far.
Okay. Like right now, sure. That's
Roger Goodell's Vince McMahon of professional sports. He's so stuck in his ways. He's like the reason why old coach for the Patriots. I'm drawing a blank. Bill Belichick doesn't have a job because he was so stuck in 90s football. He wasn't ready to transgress into the 2020 football era, and he was still playing as Nick Saban as well. He was still playing as if he had Tom Brady and Randy Moss and Rob Gronkowski on the field when he was pushing Mac Jones out there on the field with Juju Smith-Schuster and Stevenson. Mac Jones isn't fucking Tom Brady.
He's not even good.
He's not even Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones is ass.
He was throwing it to Devontae Smith and a bunch of all-pro NFL dudes. Like, imagine if the NFL put out what the NBA put out this year. They'd never do it. They would never do it. So
what do we do? Skip a year of the draft?
No, well...
Yeah, that's impossible. Because some of those guys were 4-year seniors. With no eligibility.
Cody Williams wasn't no 4-year senior.
No.
Okay, fine. He might be all right.
I think Alex Sarr's going to be good. I think a lot of those guys in the lottery will be really good NBA players. It's just that a lot of them don't have face value names because some of them were G League igniters, overseas guys that went to smaller schools that didn't get the big hype. Because I bought into doing the draft research, going into it, and at first face value, I was like, I don't recognize any of these names besides Alex Sarr, Jarrett McCain, Dalton Knecht. But the more you dive into it, you get guys like Tyson that got drafted to my Cavs. A really good basketball player from California.
Cody Williams is good.
Cody Williams is really good.
Rob Dillingham is good. He's
good.
Super young, bro. These guys are just young.
But I think that's how we can transition back to the fact that we may need to go back to a certain age limit to get drafted. Because you do the one and done, you go to the league, but your value of your game hasn't really shown any kind of growth and development from your senior year of high school to going into your sophomore year of college. Because what do we see in college football? Play 4 years, you go to the draft. You played your first year, you didn't really show much. A sophomore year, you get better. Your junior year, you're even better. Your senior year, you're a fucking all-American football player.
Facts.
And then you get drafted. College basketball, you are an all-American, McDonald's all-American. You go to your freshman year, you have a 10-5-3 season. Then you get drafted. What happens if you go into your sophomore year, you average 15? You go into your junior year, you're averaging 18. 20, yeah. Your senior year, you're averaging 25. A lot of these NBA players don't have those 4-year careers to where they let their games develop to the highest of its capability for drafters and people who are like me and you who are looking into the in between the lines to see what these guys are really.
There's no Zion in this draft. There's no Jason Tatum. I'm just saying, like, bro, when Jason Tatum was playing at Duke, I was like, yeah, this dude is ready for the NBA. When Zion played,
he was ready for the league.
He was ready for the league
out of high school.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Agree.
Bro.
I agree. I understand.
I'm trying to think of just not because I don't think Jason Tatum's even top 5 in the NBA. I do not.
Well, let's dive into it. So, one.
I'll take out who?
Who's one?
Who's one right now?
Yes. Is it?
It's LeBron James, and it's not even close.
Ay, Dios mío.
It's not even close. Fuck.
I think Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world.
No, absolutely fucking not. If you see Braun fighting the bear, nigga,
help the bear.
Help that fucking bear, bro. You better help. If you are a humane person, LeBron is gonna be fine. Help the bear, bro.
What does he average this year?
Bro, he's averaging what he averaged his whole entire life, 20 years later.
25,
bro.
8 and 5.
Look, all I'm saying is LeBron has a gear that most people don't have, bro. So
I think I've only known
all
3
I'm saying
people
is
that
if
have it.
LeBron had the team around him, like granted, like, bro, he's averaging good numbers, but you can't expect him to be like, although I'm saying he's the best in the world and I held him to number 1, you can't expect him just to be the best every single night. Like, he needs help. Even the best.
And he didn't have help this year.
He didn't have anybody who was willing to put up the same numbers that he put up.
And this was and it's crazy to say that this was Anthony Davis' best year by far.
Yeah.
And they still struggled to get past the finish line.
Number 2 is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think I'd go, Jokic, Giannis, Luka.
Jokic, Giannis. No. Yeah. No, whoa. So LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, Luka. I can't stand Embiid. But he might be number 5.
I think he's 5. I think he's top 5 too.
God, I just cannot stand
So where does Jason Tatum fall? Is Jason Tatum better than
Top
Devin
10,
Booker?
7, huh?
Jason Tatum better than Devin Booker?
Me and my brother, shout out Anlo, we've always had this conversation, and he agrees with me. I just think everybody that we just put on that list has not only a level of physicality that they can bring it to, but like they can tap into something.
They have a next level.
They have a next level that like.
And Jason Tatum doesn't show that next level.
He doesn't have that dog.
He got outplayed by his teammate. And I don't care what anybody says. He had the statistical numbers better. But when you look at face value and stop being a stat watcher, Jaylen Brown outplayed Jason Tatum the entire playoffs.
Especially the finals.
Offensively and defensively. Jaylen Brown has that next gear.
Jaylen Brown locked down Luka Doncic in that last game, bro. And was dunking on fast breaks.
Is Jason Tatum better than Jimmy Butler?
What?
Is Jason Tatum better than Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
Jason Tatum better than Devin
Jason
Booker?
Tatum is not better than Jaylen Brown, though.
Is Jason Tatum better? So, shit. So
yeah.
You pick
Jaylen Brown is top 10 in the NBA, bro.
So,
he is number 7.
Who's 6 then? KD? D-Book?
No, D-Book is 10.
Okay. Shit, who are we?
Kevin Durant. Donovan Mitchell Donovan Mitchell is in top 15.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's got that next level, too.
Yeah, that dude will go out there and get you a bucket.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell and will lock you down, bro.
Yeah, at 6'3".
Donovan Mitchell is a dog. I would love to have Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Brunson might be number 6.
That kid.
Brunson is a dog, and he's 6 foot. He's your size.
He took his game to the next level and didn't look back. He took a team of guys that weren't needed to be a super team and made them one of the best teams in the playoffs while hurt. If they were healthy, they were going to cruise. And this may be a hot take, but Julius Randle's got to go. He's got to go. He doesn't fit the dynamic of this team moving forward.
Yeah, because he holds the ball too much.
He takes so many retarded shots. He'll shoot a retarded shot and it'll go in. He's like, damn, I made that. And come back and do it again. Like, the first one you made wasn't supposed to go in the first place. Why did you take it again?
Damn, bro. I hate that you're telling. Hey, because I love the Knicks, bro.
I have to because Sharon loves the Knicks.
I love the Knicks, bro.
He's got to go. Get him the fuck out of there. And I don't know what.
We were sitting at the Knicks game this past season, and there was a guy. We were sitting on the Knicks side, on the visitor side in Charlotte or whatever. And this dude was saying the same thing, and I was like, but if you get rid of him, the same thing I'm going to tell you, if you get rid of him, you have to get what he's potentially worth, because we cannot get rid of him because he shoots retarded shots, right? We have to get rid of him and get the value of what he, like, when he does it, like on his best night, we want something in return.
18-10.
Yeah, we want. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Julius Randle is an all-star, like an all-NBA. He's an all-NBA player. So I want an all-NBA player. If I give you Julius Randle, I need Jaylen Brown, bro, or I need a Paul George, or I need a DeMar DeRozan in the next round pick. I need a De'Aaron Fox, bro. I need a player, bro.
What about Brandon Ingram?
I need Brandon Ingram.
He's got to leave New Orleans.
He's got to now.
Him and Zion and that team that they've constructed on paper were supposed to be something that they have not shown us. And it may be because of the fact of injuries. But outside of that, you get guys like Herb Jones and Troy Murphy.
Willie Green.
Willie Green. And you don't produce anything. And I know people are going to say Brandon Ingram is too skinny.
Get Willie Green out of there and bring in Tim Cassell.
They should have tried to get JB Bickerstaff.
Adi even took JB. I get rid of Willie Green and I bring in Sam Cassell.
I don't know. I just don't know. And then they go and get DeJounte Murray as if he's going to be somehow, some way, what transitions him to the tier above.
It does.
Because he's a legit ball handler?
And he's a defender, too.
Dog of a defender.
Or a rebounder. What did he average? 6.5 rebounds last year? Look, when Trey Young... And, bro... Trey Young went down, he showed his value.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt, he did.
Because there's little that he could do in San Antonio, after they were decrepit. Like,
they had nothing.
They got the life taken out. Imagine if they would have just waited a little bit longer and
DeJounte
got Wemby.
And Wemby would have gone crazy.
What?
Wemby's got something crazy going for him now. He's got the point guard. Chris Paul is about to get that man right. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I don't give a damn.
Okay, bro.
Chris Paul is still the best point guard in the NBA. That man taps into a level of ball control.
He's at that next level. Imagine if Jason Tatum had Chris Paul mentality.
Chris Paul, he just does all the right things. He may not be a perfect teammate. Steph
Curry is the best point guard.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not even close.
But talking about my man Wardell.
That man is a problem. Oh,
Golden State.
Klay Thompson.
Golden State, man.
How do you... Bro, the culture has changed.
What are we doing with Golden State?
What are we doing in Dallas, bro? There's a lot of stuff that could be talked about, bro.
I think, at face value, people are saying, well, Klay Thompson's not the Klay Thompson that he used to be. That's not why they paid him. They want Klay Thompson to...
Just literally sit in that corner.
Catch,
and
shoot, and sit in that chair every couple of plays.
Every couple of plays, bro. You're literally getting paid to just shoot, bro.
He's like 36. You don't need him to guard 90 feet.
33.
90 feet for 40 minutes.
No.
Hey, go guard him for a couple plays.
But he can guard.
He can still guard.
He can guard.
Yes, he went 0 for 10 in an elimination game.
Basketball is a mental game, bro.
Yes.
And
he's been through.
He was miserable.
He's been through some mental shit.
I know what it's like, bro. I've been through rough spurts, bro.
He's been through some mental shit. You talk about a guy that went to back-to-back injuries. That they thought they wrote him off. That his career was over with, and he came back and.
Poor Klay, bro.
Poor Klay.
Because first of all, people, it's Klay's legs. His body did him wrong. It's not what's up here. It's his body.
It started here, and then it got up to here because he was like, maybe I am done. Am I really washed? Is this really
I
my
think
fault?
He was questioning it. Yeah.
It couldn't have. There's no other reason.
Because the Warriors always needed him. They could never do it with just first. Hey, bro, Michael couldn't do it without Scotty. And if you think Steph, and I hold him to the highest tier. He's the greatest professional that I've ever seen. But if you think that he could do that alone without Draymond and without Draymond, without Clay,
crack rocks,
bro, you're on crack rock, bro. Clay and Draymond, like that three being split up, bro, is like.
Does he?
It's like Justin Timberlake when he left NSYNC, bro. It's like, damn, we love these niggas, bro.
Does he have to have a conversation with Draymond going forward to this season to stabilize his mental health?
Well,
because some of the shit we saw from Steph Curry when it came to expressing his emotions when Draymond got ejected that last game and he was crying. And I literally posted a TikTok like, something's got to happen. You're killing this man. He is stressed out beyond measures.
It's like having that brother that you just can't get right?
Yes.
Like you try, you just pour your fucking...
Stop drinking, stop doing drugs. I need you to stay healthy. Yeah. And he just... And I don't know. Draymond is an amazing human. And he is probably one of the best NBA minds. We all got
demons, bro.
He has one of the best NBA minds, but...
And we don't have cameras on us, bro. It just so happens that during his work life, he has some blow-ups and the camera's on him. He's Draymond.
Yeah.
And I think he's got to realize, like, some things are worth just walking away from, like, right? Like, I think because his body isn't like Clay's, isn't like Steph. He's had to work twice as hard. So, and I think, like,
power forward.
Him, like, he's not getting better. I mean, yes, like the things that he is good at, you can be good at for a long time because he's not the fastest, the most athletic, but he's just always good up here, and I think his body is just not allowing him to do some of the things that he want to do.
He sees the game in a different way,
and he's just getting frustrated, and he's just. I don't know what's happening with Draymond on a personal level. There's just like we're watching the games, like. You know, seeing him tied up with Yusuf Nurkic is just like, just let him spin out, like. But
is it pride?
It's definitely pride with Draymond, and you want that. You just want that
in a different way.
Yeah, you want it in every way that he's always displayed it. I think that he's just having he's having a Ryan Garcia moment, bro. Like he's just kind of like, but he is still the ultimate professional. And I think that
perfect glue guy.
Even though he's doing like crazy things, I think he's a real mature individual. I just think that we all have tough times, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's already feisty, going through some things. Like I don't know. Hey, shout out to Draymond.
Shout out Draymond for real.
For real. But that 3 being broke up is crazy, and I think that the Mavericks are going to be set up to be... Because they wasn't supposed to make it this year.
No.
Fuck no.
Luka put on his big backpack.
Yeah, but he's definitely got to get in the gym, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, he just lost in the...
FIBA?
Yeah. That man's been playing for so long, bro.
Since he was like 12. He's like 24.
Yeah, but he's been playing for like 11 months straight now at this point.
Yeah, because he went from the playoffs right into FIBA. He's got a different mentality too. You mentioned Ryan Garcia. So we're going to transition to combat sports. We've talked a little bit about it prior. Shakur Stevens, Devin Hangley, guys we've talked that we just don't like. Why is it that guys who are actually tapped in like us don't like those two guys?
That's a good question. And dang, because I just don't like disliking my brothers, bro. Because I'm all for the brothers, bro.
All for the culture.
Like, the culture, yeah, but I hate the big mouths with nothing. He hasn't and Devin. Okay, so talking about them both, really, like Stevenson is just so cocky, always talking about these big names. Like I want these big names. Look, in boxing, bro, you can get who you want to fight.
Yeah,
like, bro,
put up or shut up.
Yeah, like bro, it's been that way. Like boxing they are capable of putting on some of the best fights, but as time has went on, these fighters have turned into divas, bro. They are scared to lose. back in the day when Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Shane Mosley, Evander Holyfield, all these dudes lost. Lennox Lewis, they would fight. These dudes would.
They're fighting all the bigger names.
They're fighting everybody, and because they're not scared to be
lose.
56-7
Yeah.
or 75-14. Like these dudes are just so scared to lose because of social media, and they
different
can't
level of
act
professionalism.
they can't act like, oh, I'm the best because I'm
Fake
the best
tough.
because I haven't lost yet. Like, bro, you haven't fought anybody.
Who have you fought?
Who did Shakur fight yesterday? Who did he fight last night? That dude looked like somebody that you would walk into Wells Fargo and they would be like, you want a checking or a savings? Like, bro.
No names.
Keyshawn Davis, I rock with him. Because he's calling out Teofimo. He's calling out these guys, Vasily Lomachenko. And they don't want to fight him because he's not in, like, the conversation. Yeah, he's getting up there. I don't know if you know Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah.
He fought last night too and beat the brakes off this dude, but I don't know. I don't like Devin Haney because he just reminds me of a wannabe Floyd, and I love Floyd. And Floyd fought the best.
Everybody. He wasn't scared to run the ones. He wanted everybody across that ring. He said,
if you
bring
thought
them.
you was the best,
You have to beat me to take that title because
and
I'm the best.
I want to beat you since you think you are, because if I beat you, that means you know that you're not. And I still haven't lost yet.
So what makes my guy, Gervonta Tank Davis, better than both of them, not only at face value, but in your own personal opinion?
Because Tank don't get fights because people are scared. Frank Martin, applaud him for even wanting to fight. And Gervonta's going to fight anybody. Name a person that he hasn't fought that wants to... Name a person that wants to... He's moved up several times.
Yeah,
like,
he's not scared.
Yeah, he's fighting everybody. Like, and he can only... He's 5'5", bro. He can only move up so before he just gets pummeled.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, he's a small dude. Like, no disrespect, but like that's a little dude, bro.
Yeah,
like
sure
when you start fighting people with range and distance and in size, like it's just harder, and the power is different, and he deserves to fight at the weight class. He's just that's Tank, bro.
He's a beast.
He's Tank, bro.
So we transition from the littler guys. What happened with Deontay Wilder for his career to fall off as much as it did?
He was never a good boxer.
He was just too unorthodox. There's a level of amount of unorthodoxism.
Squad, I love Deontay Wilder.
I did too.
He was never a good boxer.
He just got to hit really hard,
bro,
and caught you when you were least expecting it.
That 6'7", 275 pound,
and he had like a fucking outrageous reach.
Left hand
is a concrete block.
Yeah, bro. And like, have you ever seen him piece up somebody?
No, it's always...
I've literally seen him do a Euro step. Bow on a dude with dreadlocks, bro. Like real talk.
The heavyset looking guy.
Yes,
that
bro.
He folded up in the ropes.
Bro,
I remember that fight.
Bro, you are never gonna see Alexander Usyk do no shit like that. You ain't never gonna see Tyson Fury do no shit like that. Big baby Jared Anderson do no shit like that. Like you said, unorthodox. Like who does that, bro? Pow.
Man, he threw his head like this. Bro. It was crazy. His run was great though.
Canelo Alvarez is number one though. He's the main attraction, and he fights every he fights every May and every September. He should be fighting coming up soon.
Who are you hoping it is?
He's not gonna fight Dimitri Bivol. Oh, I hope it's David Benavidez. That would be awesome for Mexican culture. But he'll probably save that one for like his May fight to get the Mexican culture really invested in it. Yes, he puts on for the Mexican people, and I love that, bro. I love that the most about Canelo, bro. He puts on for his people. I'm a culture person. Like, yeah, I love that. So he's just, and you can't name anybody that wants to. Well, besides David Benavidez, Canelo will fight you though.
All right, so we talked boxing. We talked UFC a majority of the time we've been together riding around town.
Right.
And we talked about Alex Pereira a bunch because the run he is on is
astronomical.
It's nothing next to less than legendary.
Yeah.
Like you said in the car, everyone he's fought has been what?
A champion.
Has been a champion.
Yeah.
And that left hook, if you don't see that shit coming, the next thing you're going to see is the ref doing like this over your head because you're going to sleep.
the last thing you see.
Yeah, you could be falling, you could look up, and the rest will be like, damn, I just got knocked out.
I watched the fight over the weekend, and the dude woke up in the Muay Thai fight, and the ref's like, yeah, it's over. Or the doctor was like, yeah, the fight's over. You probably don't remember, but yeah, the fight's over.
You got your own shit rock.
Yeah, Alex Pieta, he comes from that Muay Thai background. Hey, and before this weekend, I'm not going to act like I'm the most, the most educated, because mostly I watch mixed martial arts and not just like one martial art. But I was watching like literal Muay Thai fights.
Yeah.
And in one championship, and these guys are on a different level. And the commentator was like, this is the highest form of striking in the world that you will ever see. And a lot of people would be like, without seeing the fight before and him just hearing that, would be thinking like, no, the UFC is.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they have the best fighters. No, bro.
A lot of people aren't tapped into one.
My mind was blown when I seen this Muay Thai fight, because normally I watch Muay Thai highlights, so it's just like, I'm just seeing the knockout, but everything that leads up to it, bro, these dudes are the most technical, lethal, and look, Israel Adesanya, Muay Thai, Alex Pieta, Muay Thai, and these two dudes became champion in their first 2 fights in the UFC, bro. So would some Muay Thai fighters fare well in the UFC? I think so. It's just hard to guard that takedown, because a lot of fighters in the UFC are wrestlers now, and jiu-jitsu practitioners.
See, that's my shit. I love jiu-jitsu. So I already know your answer, but so we could dive into it for the conversation for the people. There's been a lot of speculation. You already said, and Dana already said, that he's not going to feed Alex to the Wolves because of the whole Alex Pereira versus our guy, John Bones Jones, the greatest UFC fighter ever.
The greatest combat fighter of all time.
What makes this fight one-sided? Because we both know that John Jones would do Alex Pereira absolutely filthy, because he's one of the greatest transition wrestlers ever. And if he gets Alex Pereira to the ground, Alex Pereira is going to fold like yesterday's laundry.
Say that one more time.
If he gets Alex...
You said if.
When
he gets him down,
and it wouldn't take.
Over. He's not getting up.
It'll be they'll trade fight punches for 45 seconds to a minute before John Jones is like, okay, this is over with, and I'm going to make it over. And there's not so much running that you can do, because I'm just as fast, if not faster than you are. You think you can get out of this, and then Alex Pereira is waking up, and John Jones is releasing his head from his neck.
Bro, John Jones is on a different level, bro. Like, you said 45 seconds. I don't know. It could even be quicker. He could come but John Jones loves to play with his food, though.
Yeah.
That's
why I give him 45 seconds, because Pereira's going to be trying to throw his punches and his jabs and getting his kicks off, and John Jones is just going to be like, okay, that's cute. Okay, now it's my turn.
The elbows, like... And John doesn't remember. He has John can't remember anything. Like, he doesn't remember that he used to fight at 205.
Yeah.
So he still moves like he's at 205. And the dudes that I named, the Tom Aspinalls, like, bro, these guys can't move like John Jones.
Yeah.
Like, John Jones is 6'5",
spinning
with a
back fist.
76, or is it 83? I can't remember.
I think it's 83.
I think he's got like an 80-inch reach, bro.
Crazy reach. Long arms.
Bro. Good luck. And he's a Greco-Roman wrestler. And when he gets you on the ground, I give you less time than it took to get you on the ground.
Yeah. Definitely for a guy like Pereira, because we all know that once Pereira gets to the ground, he is in an element that he is nowhere near aware of.
Yeah, it's like a foreign language to him.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's like him trying to speak German. He doesn't know German.
Yeah.
Once a guy, and it could be anybody, but once a guy specifically like John Jones gets you to the ground, it's like walking into a store you've never been into.
And the shitty thing about it is, if you entertain Alex Pieta going up to heavyweight, it would only be for one reason.
To fight John Jones.
Or to fight for the championship. Because why would you just...
You're
a 2-division champ. Why would you just go to fight Tom Aspinall? Like, no. If you move up, you are jumping #1 contender, because you are that badass, bro.
Yeah.
Like, like moving up 3 weight classes and becoming champion has never ever been done.
But it's practically impossible for it to happen. But what if? What does that do for him in GOAT, Mount Rushmore, legacy, legendary status if he is the first to go 3 weight classes and championize himself in all 3?
He's the greatest of all time.
Who does he have to beat?
Because he'd have to beat the greatest of all time. And Dana says that we're getting John versus Stipe because he's already put his money into that. And Stipe deserves it. And albeit, I guess he does deserve it fresh off that Francis Ngannou knockout.
Yeah.
Like, he got knocked out his last fight. I feel like Tom Aspinall should fight John Jones, if anything. In a way, I feel like, I don't know.
What if John goes down? What if he drops from heavyweight to light heavyweight? Does that make it worse for Alex Pereira? Because you're talking about 205 pounds, John Jones, who can move at astronomical speeds.
If he cuts down to 205 pounds, he's going back up to like 240 overnight. But that's the thing is,
I think
Alex Pieta walks around
235
at 230. So
I think that would be bad for that weight class. If John Jones went back to light heavyweight,
Alex Pieta is not a bad idea, especially at 205.
I just don't think it's a good decision for Alex. Because unlike some of these other guys he's fought, John Jones does not have a glass jaw.
And none of those dudes could wrestle either.
John Jones, you're going to hit him with that crazy left hook that we've already talked about.
You ever seen Sean Strickland wrestle?
No.
You ever seen Yuri Prohashka wrestle, bro?
No.
You ever seen Israel Adesanya wrestle?
Not even close.
I haven't either, bro. Who else did he fight? I mean, those Jan Blachowicz or whatever. You ever seen him wrestle?
Those are the highlights. No, none of those guys wrestle.
I seen him wrestle Israel Adesanya, and he beat him that way because Adesanya didn't know what to do. But Adesanya doesn't hit as hard as Alex Pieta.
No.
No, absolutely not. Alex Pieta hits as hard as Francis Ngannou. That's nuts.
Yeah, at 205. And he's not even...
He literally broke that record, you know?
Yeah, I did. I would put money into the Alex Pereira versus John Jones because I would love to see it.
That would be a tight fight. You could charge $200 for that fight.
I'd pay $200.
I swear I would stream that shit on... I'm not giving up my site on the pod.
But it doesn't go past 1 round. And I don't care what anybody says, but Alex, he hit so hard. You're talking about the greatest UFC fighter of all time, hands down. There's no debate. Yes, you could throw out names like George St. Pierre, which we talked about, Demetrius Johnson. The list goes on. Rampage Jackson, Frank Mir, Clay Guida, Conor McGregor. You could throw out all of the names, and none of those guys at face value or at statistical value matches up to a guy like John Jones, who literally ran divisions like track meets.
He hasn't ever lost either.
He's a physical specimen that is great at everything he does. He's a great striker. He's a great wrestler. He's a great submission artist. Great at takedowns.
Lyoto Machida.
Spinning back fist. John Jones is going to knock you out with a spinning back fist.
Bro, you remember what he did to Lyoto Machida?
I do.
The standing guillotine, bro.
I've been watching him.
Did you see what he did to Rampage Jackson? You were right. He is a great submission artist.
He is. And a lot of people at face value don't recognize that because he, at every fight, knocks guys out crazy. But the last fight he had, what did he do? He tapped the guy out against the cage. And the guy didn't even realize it was happening until he woke up.
I swear, he was like...
Did I just get knocked out? Yes. He put you to sleep. He gave you a pillow and a blanket. And it happened so quick because he was... What did you say earlier? He toys with his competition.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's just so much better than everybody else. And that's what makes him so scary.
Cyril Gane gave Francis Ngannou a great fight.
And got smoked.
Dana White thinks John Jones would smoke Francis Ngannou.
I think he would too.
Yeah.
Because same thing with Alex Pereira. He's got a crazy amount of power. But what happens once you take power and you meet an unmovable force? The unmovable force wins every time. Francis Ngannou's not going to wrestle with John Jones at all because no one's who's wrestling with John Jones in the history of fighting at light heavyweight or heavyweight is wrestling with John Jones?
Well, since heavyweight's as big as you can get, no one.
At light heavyweight, who's wrestling with John Jones?
No one.
What is Francis Ngannou going to do?
Light heavyweight. Right now, no one.
What is Francis Ngannou going to do if John Jones takes out those legs, lifts him up, and drops him on his noggin?
I just can't see anyone lifting up Francis Ngannou and lifting.
I wouldn't put it past John Jones. He's scarier than people want to believe that he is.
Yeah, he is scary.
He is a dominant force all time. If they were to say we're going to chisel out across the mountain, a Mount Rushmore for UFC fighters, and they said John Jones is first on the list. Okay,
yeah, it is John Jones, and then
that comes at no surprise.
I like GSP.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up with just discussing who else would go on the Mount Rushmore UFC. So we already said John Jones,
GSP,
George St. Pierre, my guy,
Anderson Silva,
the Spider,
Demetrius Johnson.
Perfect list for me. Perfect list. Four of my guys, because it's undeniable.
The most dominant champions that there's ever been, bro.
Demetrius Johnson does not get the amount of love that he deserves.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Mighty Mouse. He's
Mighty
got
Mouse.
one championship, and he's beat the best.
Yeah.
He's beat the best over there too.
He's a bad man.
Threw bro up and got him in the arm bar. Bro, what? Nobody's ever going to do that again.
But all right, folks, that has been another episode of Kicking It with Crabman. I'm your host, Gambino Gaming. This is my brother Fredro. Until next time, peace.